Hello, everybody. The 14th of February. Happy Valentine's Day to all the wonderful women out there in ONPASSIVE land. I hope you have a fantastic day. Sometimes, I better stop here before I get in trouble. Anyway, a couple things I wanted to go over. Mr. MUFAREH does have the link. If he can make it, he will. He is, well, I don't need to say this, but he's super busy. I know in the last week or so, a little longer than that, I know people sometimes, when they don't know, the mind runs amok and we start, I guess, believing things that we want to believe or what we think, or we listen to somebody that has no clue what they're talking about. Many things in ONPASSIVE haven't changed, okay? Many things have not changed. One is, there was modifications made, but it was always to our behalf. You're going to pay $97 to be an early bird person we called founders. You're going to pay somewhere between $200 and $300 for the first product. Here's reality. The 97 was given back. We never did pay $200 to $300. We paid $143. There was extensions made, 30 days, I believe 30 days, 10 and 10. Whatever it was, something like that. Now, these extensions, remember, now this is from me. I do not work for the company, but I'm going to tell you what I believe is going on. And I will be critiqued later, I'm sure. But my point is, every time there's an extension, some people go, oh, great. Some people go, oh, no, what's going on? Listen, every time there's an extension, it costs the company money. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. Why? They're not selling anything. Now, the last 10 days, 21st of January, I believe, they stopped receiving card payments. This was not a merchant issue. Remember when they came out September 1st, they said, we're going to do the first early bird 90-day special. And that was supposed to go until 90 days from September 1st. Now, if somebody, the 89th day, went in and bought the 90-day package, it would run them into February, if everything was okay. Well, because we still deal with outside forces, we had some merchant problems. Nothing to do with us, but it happened. Yes, we can handle the volume. Yes, there won't be a problem. Put the metal to the pedal. Well, we find out different. That's not what happened. Second merchant, pretty much the same thing, and it sounds like they're cousins, identical cousins. But anyway, so every time that happened, we were given an extension. The last time, I believe, the bottleneck would happen to do something with paying out commissions. I believe that they are getting closer. Why? Because the extension wasn't 30 days, it was 10. The 10 days came up, things didn't quite get to where they wanted. Certain pieces of the puzzle didn't fall into place. I want everybody to remember, there's a lot of outside forces. We are not in a terrarium. We do things, we want to do things, but not everybody has the same passion and drive for ONPASSIVE to do well. Okay? So, the reason the accounts, the payments were stopped, in my opinion, is when you have that system of 90 days, that is what they're going to run their commissions from and their bonuses. If you're running it while you're trying to calculate it, it kind of gets hairy. Plus, they have a new version that is ready, and they want to hit the ground running with what? There might be more than one option of purchasing Oconnect. Might be. I know there will be eventually, but let's just assume there is. A lot of people might want to come in and they don't need 10,000 person capacity. They don't need it. They might want 500 or 1,000. So they're going to break it down into family-oriented, maybe small business, medium business, and gigantic business. Some people like to make monthly payments. Some people say, oh, I hate that. I would rather pay yearly. Some people say, nah, I could do it 3 times a year. All these modifications, I believe, are what's taking place. And when that happens, it's different commissions, it's different bonuses. It's the best thing we could do. Why? because everybody's different and they have different needs. Some people come in and buy things as a package. Some governments will come in and buy a boatload and they'll want to pay for the year. I don't care what the price is. I don't care what system they set up. It will be cheaper than anybody else in the world. The quality will be higher than everybody else in the world. So we got it made. But I want people need to realize this. When you don't see things moving forward, it is something that is outside force. Nobody wants to pay you as much as MUFAREH. No one. And if that piece of the puzzle isn't in place, we got to wait until it is. I hear people saying, I don't have anything. I've been in 5 years. Blah, 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 blah. Listen to me. We're all sitting at the same poker table. I sat at the table earlier. Why? I'm pre-built. Everybody built at different levels. Some people came and didn't build anything. Of course you didn't. That's why you're here. Believe it or not, I'm here because people can't build a business online. It's rigged against you. So we're all here to get something that we've never gotten before, where everybody can win. Remember the goal. You're going to pay 2 times, and then you're going to pay out of your commissions. Can't pay out of the commissions if they don't give you the commission. So they keep giving you 10 days because they know, not everybody, I don't know who's going to make it, who's not, but the intent of the company is nobody pays again out of pocket. How do I know that? It's never freaking changed. It's never changed. He never said anything different. And why would he give a 10-day extension? And he's still paying staff. He's still paying the electric. He's paying for building. He's paying for healthcare. He's paying for Oconnect. What does Oconnect cost on a founder now if we really break it down? 10 cents a year? I mean, we've had it for almost a year. Paid $143, that's it. And people made commission from it. Sounds like about $37 million.
My own phone.
Wait until your cards are dealt before you say, Jack Queen, I ain't got squat. The other 3 make a roll flush. I only got 2 aces. 4 aces is pretty darn good. Just wait. This is the part of the deal that we're waiting for. But the point is, if you're thinking different than that, either you're not plugged in or you're pretending you know how ONPASSIVE works, or I don't get it. Please, just be cool. We don't know. Nobody wants more than people that never made money online to make money than Mr. MUFAREH. And truthfully, I can't wait for everyone to make something. You know why? It's going to blow up. You pass this around, it's going to explode. Because I want to tell you what, 7 months down the road, you walk up to anybody that's online and say, I'm in a company that 98 to 99% of the people made money. What? You could be selling cow manure and they're going to jump in. But it isn't. We're selling high quality AI. I'm seeing more and more stuff online. I'm not going to bring it up, but I'm looking at stuff going, I wonder if we're part of that. It looks like we might be. We don't know what contracts they signed. I saw a couple of videos and I'm going, oh man, I think. But it doesn't matter. Let's think about what the goal was. Let's think about what the intent is. If Ash isn't here, he is not laying in a hammock drinking Mai Tais, okay? I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Neither is anybody around him. He doesn't know what day it is. They don't know what hour it is. They work and work and work, and they're doing it for us. I'm just trying to hammer that home because I want people to remember, nothing's changed. If you go to somebody and they're telling you something different, they're lying. Or they want to make a story to make themselves sound good. Nothing's changed. The little pieces of the puzzle have to be in place for the mathematically and all of the stuff that was put together for it to work and make sense. And when it is, you'll forget about all this nonsense. Chris wants, no joke. I've been in this industry for 20 years full time, 10, 12 hours a day. And my butt looks like a Big Mac, okay? Everybody got ripped off. This is why we're here. Just wait. Chris said it earlier. You go into the labor pains, oh my God, I'll never do this again. And people have 6 or 7 children. You know why? They forget about that. Thank God, or there'd be nobody on the planet. But anyway, so please, I just wanted to hammer that home. Don't think anything different. Nothing's changed. If Ash doesn't come out and say, okay, look, we're not going to try to get people paid. We're not going to try. But what did he even say? He said, I'm even going to try to feed the people in from the holding tank, from the bottom up, middle down, and all that, so people can build and everybody wins. That's why we're here. Love you all. Happy, merry, great Valentine's Day to everybody. But really, I want you to be pumped up. We are the most fortunate people on the planet. I hope that makes sense. I don't like to get all hyper, but I'm hyper because I care, really. And every time I see Chris, I get hyper. So I'm just kidding. Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Red.
Thanks, Chris Marty. Hi, Chris. How you doing? Great words, Marty. On point, as always. Sometimes things need to be said so that people actually really do understand the whys and hows and why the company are doing things. Just to break it down into layman terms so that we have a really good understanding of where we're at and how and why the company are doing what they are doing. So great update there, Marty. And obviously it should help ease a lot of people as far as maybe some of their concerns that they might be having at the moment. So let's get straight down to it then. 7 days in ONPASSIVE. Now, you might be thinking not a lot's been going on, but as always, it's amazing when you look back over 7 days of ONPASSIVE exactly how much has been going on, that you kind of forget a little bit, or your memory is not as good as it used to be. And this is exactly why I take notes on a daily basis, so that I can recap you and bring you back right up to date. So let's go back a full 7 days. Chris, wake up. I can see you. 7 days to the 7th of February, Wednesday last week. What happened Wednesday last week? We were extremely lucky, privileged, fortunate, whatever you want to call it, to have not only our CEO on 360, but we had 3 other Mohammeds as well. We had Mohammed Kamal, Mohammed Murad, and Mohammed Nassal all showed up. And if last week's 360 did not fire you up, did not get you excited for where we are in ONPASSIVE and what is going to be happening in the future in ONPASSIVE, well, you need to give your head a bit of a wobble. And it was fantastic updates from our CEO as well. All this has been recapped in the notes in our O-Founders back office by our fantastic quartet of Daryl, Janet, as Peter, and Dan Street. They do a fantastic job on a weekly basis, or whenever we see our CEO Ash MUFAREH, and they got those notes into the O-Founders back office super quick and very early on the Wednesday. So that was what happened on Wednesday the 7th. I'm not going to go over what our CEO said. You can go and read it. Marty and myself also on the Thursday the 8th did our own style of recaps of what he had to say. Also on Thursday the 8th, we had the first of 3 actually last week, updates on our OES app, whether it be on Android or iOS. Now, if you are on Android, you have to update these manually. You go into your account and it will say update next to that app. You have to press the update for it. If you're on iOS, you can auto update these so that every time you log in, it will give you your latest one. Okay, but for Android, you have to. That was the first of the updates that we had on that. That was for a small fix that happened on Android. That came out on the 8th, and obviously myself and Marty did the recap of seeing Ash on the Wednesday. Friday the 9th then came around, and we had our extension, which we all were presuming, probably thinking, I personally said I thought it'd be about 7 days. It's turned into 10. And we all aligned to the same date, by the way, for this. And it goes up to, I do believe, 20th or 21st of September, 21st, I think, of September. Let's try February for Oconnect. And as Marty has very, very well explained the reasons why this extension's happened, it is to give basically more time to the company. So that happened on Friday. That was our extension. You'll have also got a notification of this, guys, in 2 areas in your OES. One under the subscriptions, okay? It will give you in the subscription bar there a extension, and also by OMail, and also the final place you'll see it is in OWallet. Now, somebody actually reached out to me and said, Red, why are we seeing the extensions of Oconnect in the various places in our ecosystem, but we're not seeing the extensions to OTracker? Good point. The reason is that we get notifications of Oconnect. Why? Because we've purchased it, because it is something that we have bought, and it is the company's the company is obliged to update us in a physical form of these extensions, because we have physically paid money for this product. With OTracker, it is still not been officially released. We are beta testing it as founders in the back office, okay, and that just gets extended when and how the company want to do it. So they don't need to publicly give us any information as far as that is concerned. So those are the 3 areas then that you'll find the official part of the extension for Oconnect. Saturday then, okay, we had confirmation in our own wallet for all of those things and all the rest of it. Also on Saturday, Chris Marty, Mike Ellis and Collins did an exceptionally good live, by the way, on Saturday. Don't know if you got a chance to see it. It's on quite a lot of the YouTubes at the moment, but go and have a listen to it. Mike Ellis, as always, super informative, very upbeat, brought some really good things to the table. So go and have a look at that. Very worth it is. Sunday, not much went on Sunday. It was a quiet day as far as ONPASSIVE was concerned. Monday the 12th then came around. What happened on Monday the 12th? Brand new website. So let's talk a little bit about this brand new website. We went mobile on Monday. Very much a mobile web page theme to it. If you are on a desktop, you would have seen the outline of a mobile phone, and within that outline was moving videos. It scrolled down 13 separate pages on this website. Okay, normally we get anything between 5 and 7 pages on the weekly web page from onpassive.com. This time we had 13, guys, 13. A very, very informative website this was. Why? Because each page was basically a separate product. Within that page, a little bit of information, but had a read more. If you hit that read more on the web page, it then opened up a separate web page for that product individually. And again, 2 or 3 pages explaining exactly what these products did. There was OMail, ONet, Oconnect, OTracker, OES as well. Go and have a look at it and a read it. Also, tabs at the top, a great place to go at. You've got the media center, you've got careers there as well. If you want to know the brains of what is behind this company, just go and have a look at what type of people they are looking for. Unless you are a tech guy, it is all double Dutch. I don't know what half of these people do and half of the words are, but it sounds pretty techy. 43 at the moment there is different careers options at the moment, and you can view that in that careers area. We also had our 3rd update of the OES. Okay, if you want to know which is the most up-to-date app at the moment, it is 1.0.8. okay, you can find out which is the app that you are on. If you open it up either in the App Store or Google Play, sort of to the left-hand side, just above normally where the score is, it will say which version you are on. Okay, that's what you're looking for, version, and the number will be in brackets next to it. But 1.0.8 is the latest up-to-date OES app on there. Excuse me. Tuesday then, again, not much happened yesterday, I'm afraid, as far as ONPASSIVE was concerned. But today we had a couple of things going on. Number one, it is our CEO's day. Why? It's Ash Wednesday. I mean, how cool is that? A whole day for our CEO. So if you are a religious person and you will celebrate Ash Wednesday, congratulations. And also to our CEO. And the other big news for today that happened, and I suggest you all go and have a look at it because it's fantastic, is on OnPassive.com, whether it be on YouTube or all the other social medias. They have a new Supercars Magilist video that has just been put out, and it is racing in the digital age with OnPassive and Supercars Magilist. Really, really good. Go and have a look at that. That was out today as well. So there you have it, guys. 7 days in OnPassive, and who thought that nothing went on in OnPassive land? That's it for me. Over to you, Chris.
Oh, there it is. Hey. Very good, Red. Very good, Marty. I have to make 2 corrections for my 2 buddies here. When Marty DeGarmo says blow things up, I have to be the disclaimer for this company as long as I'm the bouncer also. We are not blowing anything up or getting excitement. I just never liked those words, but let's put it this way. When we do blow up, it's going to be really big. But it's a good blow up. And Redfern, don't be sorry, because even though you do not know what's happening behind the scenes, there's so many things happening we don't know about at all. We don't. That's the truth, guys. Listen, I know you think we know everything. We don't. When Red says, sorry to say about Tuesday, listen to me. There isn't a minute or a second that doesn't go by 7 days a week that Ash MUFAREH and the Muhammad, we call them trio now, and Professor Susan, the Hyderabad team, they're constantly doing something. And how do I know that? Because sometimes when you text Ash something he don't answer, I know he's busy. Same with Red, same with Marty, same with anyone that texts him. If he's not answering us, that means something big's going on and things are going to happen. Do I get upset if Ash MUFAREH does not come in 360? No, I don't, because I know what he's doing right now. Technically, I don't know what he's doing, but I know what he's doing. And there's sometimes I don't want to bother him. None of us really do. I know that you only believe what Ash MUFAREH says, but let me speak for Ash MUFAREH right now. You are going to be enlarged, instead of saying blown up, in what he has to offer. And what he has to offer is your freedom, your time. What he has to offer is for people that's never made it in anything online. What he has to offer is to people that's never thought they had a chance. What he has to offer is people that never could work now can earn an income, support their family. Listen, Red a couple weeks ago did a great live about what we have. What we have about the towers, I call the towers, the high building, the offices, the high-tech cities, the individuals that are now onboarding into this company, which will, again, enlarge your mind. We'll get away from that blow-up part, all right? And it just keeps getting better. Now, do we see all that? Do we see the people that Ash was onboarding yesterday? No, we don't. Did we hear about it? Oh, we heard about it. Us did. Maybe you didn't, but we're here to tell you that the people that he's bringing in this company right now are people that you just don't see, but are huge. There's people that are lined up to come into ONPASSIVE, even though I'm going to have some idiot naysayer said, oh, that's easy to say. Just you watch. I don't need to prove anything to anyone. Ash MUFAREH doesn't need to prove anything. But all you got to do is sit back and watch what this company is going to do, not just for each individual that joined ONPASSIVE as a founder, as a reseller, as whatever else we call you. You are going to be enlarged in this world because of this company. It's nonstop building you up. Not Ash MUFAREH. It's building all of us up, each individual. Like he says, one person at a time. He started with Ash MUFAREH. If you remember that famous saying that I think Milo used to say it all the time. He's taken each individual that would ever wanted throughout the world, regardless of race, color, creed, good looking, sexy, ugly. Listen, Marty talked about it. Ash does not look at anyone's faults. All right. He doesn't look at me and said, what can I do with that big headed, squinty eyed looking fat, round faced guy? He don't say that. He said, listen to what people have to say. Every one of you have the potential to learn from somebody. I have learned from people my whole life, whether they were geniuses or just average people or below average. You can learn from something. Marty, don't shake your head. Ash MUFAREH has not only learned because, number one, he's not judgmental. He's got every right to be judgmental if he wanted to, I think, because of all the things that are thrown at him. Does he do that? No. He just keeps right on trucking. Can you imagine if Ash just got mad every time someone said something about him? We wouldn't be here, folks. None of us would be here. He'd be back 6 years ago crying or pouting, oh, I can't get this done. Did he do that? No. He enlarged his mind. He enlarged his heart saying, I'm going to do this. Do it or die. You've heard that many times out of his mouth. He doesn't say, this might happen. He says it's going to happen. He's trying to tell you that he will do what it takes for this company to be number one, which I personally think it already is, because what it's done to people. It's already had the reaction and millions of people, probably over 5 million right now, in a different way of, wow, this is really happening. I wake up every day and say, this is really happening. I'm excited. I'm sitting in a different state right now, and it's sunny and it's beautiful. And I'm thinking, I don't think I have a worry in the world. Do I have responsibility somewhere else? I do. Have I completely forgot about them? I did. And that's okay. Why? Because I know my future is protected through ONPASSIVE, through Ash MUFAREH, to these two ding-dongs on here with me who I love with all my heart, who get out here constantly and remind us every single day that we are in the greatest place we've ever been. I know I am. I've been excited about a lot of things. This thing right here has put me over the moon and back and over the moon. Now I'm going to Mars. I'm going to Saturn. I'm going everywhere through ONPASSIVE. That's how it makes me feel. My brain, my body, definitely has enlarged because I'm eating ONPASSIVE lunch, breakfast, dinner, constantly trying to think of better ways. That's something I never did. How many of you every day try to think of a better way to do something? Because of ONPASSIVE, because of the way Ash MUFAREH thinks, because of all the people we watch saying, you know what, Chris, this is what I want to do for Africa. You know what, Chris, this is what I want to do for my neighborhood. You know what, Chris, I got this little old lady who lives down the street. I would just love to help her. I just can't, but I can't wait until I can. Changing colors, changing modes, changing direction. Listen, Ash MUFAREH, I believe, is going to turn the axis the other way on the world. All right, where everything that you were taught was good, and it really isn't, it's going to start changing. And I'm telling you what, he's going to be a big, huge part of that system of changing the world. And he's got a whole, I won't say army. What he has is a whole bunch of people that truly care about other people. They're not watching the news. They're not being political. But what they're doing is saying, instead of getting up there and talking a big show, he's saying, we're going to do this. All right. Do I want to help homelessness people? Absolutely. Do I want to help anyone that's struggling? Absolutely. These are big, big things for me. And I know there's another 1 million+ people just started. Imagine just say, okay, 8 billion people on the internet. Imagine if, let's say, 5 billion of those people came into ONPASSIVE in the next 2 to 3 years, which is very possible. Why? Because they want change. Why? Because they're tired of getting laid off constantly. Why? Because they're tired of one guy or one gal making all the money while they sit there and they're struggling to feed their kids. Ash invented ONPASSIVE for this reason. He doesn't want anyone to struggle. And then someone's going to say, well, why doesn't he pay people? Because he's going through something he has to make it right. He's got to make it perfect and right. And I tell you what, I got all the patience in the world for that. Because I certainly don't want him to also, okay, pay everyone. Turn out something was wrong and everything's got to be ass backwards. I'll say it. He wants to make it that it's forward. We talked about it this morning. Most guys don't stop and read directions. They don't ask for directions. Ash MUFAREH not only stops, he asks, he rereads it again, and then he sends it to some of the smartest people in the world saying, we need to make sure this is going to work and correct. He doesn't have a teacher that's good at math saying, let's figure out he's got thousands of people working on something that no one's ever seen before. And what is that? We're going to pay more money out than anyone's ever done in the world, and people are going to be happy. There's going to be no complainers in a passive. Literally, think about it. 25%. It's a lot of ding dang cash. I'll tell you that right now. And we don't even know what the 25%. It could be 25% of this, 25% of that. I don't care at that point. I witnessed it. I've seen it. But Ash MUFAREH, right now, I guarantee is stuck in a meeting, wishing he can be coming on the show. Said, I wish I can just shut Chris up for a minute. Let me talk. But let me tell you, on behalf of Ash MUFAREH, I'm going to let you know. And you got to trust me. Why? Because I'm one of the most trustworthy, along with these two guys, people that you're ever going to meet. I'm going to tell you right now, Ash MUFAREH is not going to stop. He's told us a million times. I back him 100%. I back the Impassive family 100%. I back all the people that get up every single morning and talk about Impassive with a post, with a live, anything, because they believe in something. And when you believe in something that strong, only great things can happen. And that's exactly what Impassive is going to do. And let me remind you again, even though Ash MUFAREH has not shown up on here, which I don't think he's going to now, do not share this out until Marty DeGarmo goes through it, edits it, just for the new people. Listen, we've got 3,600, let's say 620 people on here right now. It's bouncing. We've got over, let's say 800,000 founders. Where are the rest of you? We could have just gave you the world today. Where are you? You see what I'm saying? We have people on a passive who just, we should have at least 60,000 people on here right now watching what's going on. Even when Ash MUFAREH comes on, we need to let you know it's very important that you come to everything. As far as when 360 is important. I don't care what anyone says. All the other stuff's important too, but we don't want you to miss something. Right now, we could have said something very important, and 3,630 people would know exactly what to do. And then we'd have to contend with a lot of people saying, hey, what happened today? Read the notes. Daryl, Janet, Dan Street, Peter Schuer write notes every single time we do something big. You should never have to call myself, Marty Red, anyone, loudspeaker, and say, hey, man, can you update me what's going on? Read the notes. It'll tell you everything you want to know. Did we have a lot to say? Yeah, we did. Here's what we have to say that's big today. Something right now is building for you, for me, for everyone out there. And that's all you have to understand, because when it happens, be ready for it. I'm not going to say buckle up. There's not a seatbelt in this world big enough to hold you in for what's coming at you. Don't you forget that. Marty DeGarmo, Red, again, thank you. Ooh. Harold Fox, that was for you.
Absolutely. That was great news hearing from Harold today. Yeah, something to keep in mind. Oh, by the way, when I say blow up, if you really think I mean blow up, yeah. Anyway, things are going to be great. How's that? But keep in mind, if Ash MUFAREH was to build, he was a master distributor. If he was to build the perfect business for himself, it would be called ONPASSIVE. But what he did was he scaled it out so all of us get to be master distributors. Think about that. You can't make it any better than this. We're going to have every tool we ever needed. Every tool we ever needed. Anyway, so I don't have anything else, Red. I don't know if you do, Chris. I haven't heard anything from Mr. MUFAREH. He'll probably call me 10 minutes after I shut it down. I will have this out as soon as I can. I just got to click. As soon as I can. And you guys, like I said, and Red said, and Chris said, the update people are amazing. They're like Memorex. It's almost exactly what happened. So I'll see you all. Get tied in. If people don't understand, go help them. Don't talk anybody into anything. It's way past that. You should not have to talk anybody into believing in ONPASSIVE. If you don't believe it now, you probably never will. So don't waste your time on that. Work with people that need help and go for it. Thank you very much. We'll see you on our lives, and we'll see you next week. And I would not be surprised if updates come up at any time. Mr. MUFAREH doesn't need 360 to give an update.
Oh.
Anyway, See you all. God bless.
Happy Valentine's Day, ladies. Go get him.